Hey, this is Matt Wenning at winningstrength.com, and today we're going to go over the top 5 tips for beginners. We're going to cover some things that are not really on the surface and a lot of people aren't talking about. So there are other things that I would like to cover. Probably there's top 50 things that we should go for beginners. We just don't have time for that. So I'm going to give you 5 that I think are not well thought out. The first thing that I want to go over is film your lifts, but not for social media. And what does that mean? That means that when you're filming your lifts, it's awesome to post them on Instagram. I get all that. But the point is that you're actually filming those, because if you're a beginner or you're in a rural area or you're in an area where lifting is not real popular, there may not be very many professional people around you to help dial in your form. Well, it's really easy to watch one of my videos and see how I squat and go, my squat doesn't look like that. And you can start coaching yourself. So if you're filming from certain angles, you can actually see is my knee going over my toe? Am I not pushing out? Is my chest staying up? Et cetera, et cetera. Those things become huge at getting better and not creating bad motor patterns. And in the beginning stages, I think that's a huge problem. What happens is we go, well, I'm not going to go see Matt for a seminar. I'm not going to go to, some other place and learn something. I'm going to wait till I get stronger so I don't look like an idiot. You actually look more like an idiot if you're semi-strong and your form's terrible, because that means you tried to shortcut things. So it all comes back down to technique. And if you're filming your lifts and you're dissecting them, then what ends up happening is that your body gets better and you actually end up learning to self-coach. The next big thing that I think we have a big issue with in the beginning sector is that we set really big goals too fast. Just worry about getting 5 or 10 pounds stronger every little mesocycle. And for you beginners, a mesocycle is about 12 weeks. So what I do with my clients is I get them stronger, about 15, 20 pounds stronger every 12 weeks in the beginning. And even if they break a monstrous PR, I don't let them go farther than that. The reason being is that once you go up to a real absolute max, you start creating mental barriers. So what I do is I let people break easy maxes until the next couple of years. The maxes don't come easy. But the trick is don't make the maxes so hard in the beginning that it just completely wears you down. Save some in the tank and work towards 90, 92% of your best, and break small PRs easily and save some in the tank for the next 12 weeks. And you'll find that you'll just get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. You won't get weaker and weaker. So I think the biggest issue with these achievable goals is that we all want to be world class too fast, right? If we really want to be a master at a movement, it takes 10 years to 10,000 hours. So think about that, 10 years to 10,000 hours. So if you're a 16-year-old kid or an 18-year-old kid watching this, it's going to be until you're 25, 27, 28 before you're world class if you do it correctly. So think about that and set goals, both short-term that are very achievable and easy. Just make a 5-pound gain on your bench. If you make a 5-pound gain on your bench every 2 months, 3 months, in 5 years, your bench is going to be double nearly, right? Think about that. All right, we all want to believe that what we're doing in the gym is what's going to give us the biggest result. That's only half of the puzzle. The other half of the puzzle is that right when you get done training, all that muscle's damaged and needs to be repaired. And when it repairs, hopefully, if we've trained optimally, the repair makes a positive transition into new strength down the road, right? So you're getting better when you're outside of the gym. That means your sleep, your nutrition, your protein intake, and all of those things are just as important, if not or more important than actually your maximal lifts and what you're doing in the gym. So the difference between advanced people and beginners is that advanced people realize that getting stronger is an all-day job. It's not just in the gym. It's not just training. So a lot of differences comes as you get better. You're going to have to put more time into recovering, both internally and externally, with what you're eating, massage therapy, hot, cold contrast showers, and all this stuff we've talked about in other videos so that you can go watch and educate yourself. But remember that you're actually getting better outside of the gym. Okay. Now, as a beginner, most of us think, well, if I get bigger, I'm going to get stronger. If I get more mass, I'm going to get stronger. And in the beginning and even in the intermittent phases, that can be somewhat true. But at all phases, it's only a portion of the equation. I mean, we've seen some of these guys at 200 pounds or slightly above 200 pounds deadlifting 900 now, like almost all the time. How is that possible when they're not that big? Well, one side of it's leverages, but the other side of it is central nervous system. And it's being able to be in good enough shape to train hard enough. So in my opinion, and like I said, there's all kinds of factors, so these aren't the only ones, but for today, let's just say that they are. We have muscle size, right, which we know is a portion, but it's not the whole equation. We have rate of force development, right? Can we move heavier weights violently and quickly and very powerfully? And last, but not least, is are we in shape enough to be stronger? What you have to remember is that sometimes you might be able to do a workout, but you may not be able to recover from a workout. So if you're doing really hard, heavy squatting and deadlifting sets, but you're not in really good shape, you're gonna overtrain faster than the person that has a great work capacity. And that's why you always build a strong GPP base. And I won't go too into this because we have other videos about this, but the thing of it is, if you wanna be your strongest, right, you gotta have this base of this pyramid built up, and that is this, okay? You have to be in enough shape in order to get better. And that's the hardest thing. So if you are confused on that, look up Wenning warm-ups, look up the sled dragging videos, look up all these other things. But muscle size is only a portion of this. You need to be explosive, you need to be strong, and you need to have muscle size, and not one of those is gonna win the battle in getting stronger. Last but not least is supplements are to supplement already good eating habits. So the problem is that we like to put Band-Aids on bullet holes and we say, I'm gonna miss a meal or I'm gonna eat like shit, but I'm gonna drink a protein shake. It doesn't necessarily work that way. Same thing with all the other supplements that are out there, testosterone boosters and all these other things. The real deal is that you need to eat quality proteins, quality carbs, and quality fats at a regimented time. My opinion is about every 2 to 3, at most 4 hours. If you're not doing that and you're trying to put supplements on top of eating pizza, terrible food, not getting enough sleep and all this other stuff, you're really just spinning your wheels. And that's what the problem is that really if you read, a definition of supplement, you're supplementing things that are already right. They don't pad things that are wrong. So if you're not eating clean and you're not eating correctly and you're not eating frequently enough and you're not getting in enough protein and you're not getting in enough calories, you could take all the supplements that you want, you could take all the creatine, all the testosterone boosters, you're not gonna make a big difference. So remember that supplements are to supplement already eating clean. If you don't know how to do that, I would strongly suggest downloading Stan Efferding's Vertical Diet or looking into my diet manual on the website.